So what does an apartment actually look like in China? Well, that I'm about to show you. Okay, so let us start off with the dining room area, folks. Okay, so the dining room area is this area, and as you can see, there's not much stuff in it. I kind of use it as a makeshift storage room for the most part, but not storing too much. Why? Because I really don't have that much extra stuff, but it does have potential, so I'm going to make use of it in some way eventually. You can see there is shelving here. I have some junk here, and why the shelves are set up that way. This is quite an old apartment in China by their standards. I mean, it's like probably at least 30 years old. And so the way they designed it and everything like that is kind of what we would figure to be a very outdated mode, so to speak. So I just moved into what I refer to as the study area, and in here I put this table. This table was in the dining area that we just came from, but I thought it was a lot more suitable here and to use as a study table because it's really great in this room. And you can't really notice it on a day like today, but you normally have a lot of light coming through there. Today is kind of a cloudy day, and but you just get that kind of warm light coming into this room. You just feel like being in here. So that's why I put this in here. Um, this drinking dispenser is in here because there is an outlet for it, and so. But I thought it works out well being in here anyway. I don't mind coming over here just to get hot water for my coffee. And these are quite common in China. I did have to put in a special request to get it because they weren't really providing these to the teachers. This button is for hot water, that's for room temperature water. So that's what that looks like. And here's my wardrobe for the closet. Here's my wardrobe basically for my clothes, and that's what that looks like. And I have bins down here for extra clothing. These I bought at the supermarket. They're cheap. They're only like $5 each or whatever. And they're just really handy for organizing extra stuff. I'm making use of those same types of bins in my kitchen as well for just food and extra things like that. And I'll show you that once we get in the kitchen. Okay, so this thing for clothing, for extra, a rack for hanging stuff, is on wheels. Those are quite handy. I've seen those in Korea as well as in China, and they're not very expensive, and they're easy to assemble, and they're mobile. So I like them. They're handy. And over here is a radiator. This radiator is actually not on right now. They operate usually between November and March, but because that's when I guess the government figures that you would need it the most. But on a cold day like today, when you could use extra heat, you basically have to have your own heater to heat the apartment. And if you're paying for your own utilities, you're going to be paying money for heating, especially if it's operated through electricity because they consume a lot of power. I'll show you my heater a little bit later. I bought this at the grocery store, and this is for organizing my shoes. I really like it, and it just saves a lot of space where instead if you had your shoes all over the place. Um, I had electrical line that was left over when the guy did my power outlets. 3 of them actually didn't work. And so I'm using it as my clothing line. And as you can see, it goes over there and it attaches up to that kind of steel thing that's suspended from the ceiling. And it's really handy. The previous teacher had like a piece of string going across there, and I didn't feel that was very usable. So anyway, those things right there for underwear and socks are quite common in China, and they're very cheap to buy at the grocery store as well. So the benefit of having these balconies is that you can dry your clothes. And in my case, I really like being on the top floor, which is the 4th floor. I have this canopy of trees that just surrounds the apartment. And on a sunny day, you just hear birds singing. It's quite pleasant just to come out here. And even if you're in another room and you just look out, it just extends your apartment that much more. So that's what that looks like. Okay, so let's move through the study area, through the dining area, and into the kitchen itself. Here's the glass partition again. There's a door and the refrigerator, gas range. And here's the bins that I was talking about that I was using for food, and it's under the counter because there's no shelving down here. So that's how I've set up this. And actually, there's no dry rack. You can't find dry racks at the grocery store to buy. So I'm making use of this thing, which is normally used to dry or actually wash vegetables. And it's basically a colander type of thing in a basin, and it's in this basin itself. So there's sink with hot water and shelving up here, and that's what that looks like. And these things for hanging towels and that sort of stuff, which attach through suction and adhesion to the wall. Okay, so here is the gizmo for heating the water, and looking out on the north side balcony. Again, you see the canopy of trees. It's really great for extending the sense of space. So that's what that looks like. Tile floors. Again, if I was on a floor below, anybody's like wearing hard shoes, you hear them, so I don't hear anybody because there's nobody above me. Washing machine over here next to the bathroom. Bathroom towels are suspended on these things that I bought at the grocery store. Again, attached through suction and adhesion, so they're movable. Have a tray over here for my shampoos and stuff like that. And another towel rack over here, and even one for my toilet paper here. So I have 2 toilet paper rolls in here. There's the exposed piping. Again, if you're on a lower floor, you just hear all the water everyone else uses, so I don't have that problem. So I like being here on the top floor. Blocked off these things with plastic bags, these drain holes, because otherwise you get methane gas coming up. Eventually I'll get proper plugs to plug that up with. Toilet's fairly new, and have a new toilet seat. So that's what the bathroom looks like. And move over here, and so move over here into the bedroom. Got this sofa. Sofa's great. They put in a request for that, the other teachers, before I came here, for extra stuff. So they got the flat screen TV as well. It's nice. Here's the portable heater that I was talking about before. On a cold day like this, it really makes sense to have something like this. So that's what that looks like. And again, here in south side, I have this view of the canopy of trees and everything else that's out there. So that's my apartment. Bedding, the school supplied me at my request. They weren't going to do it, but I told them most teachers get that when they move into a new place. So that's what my apartment looks like, folks. Hope you like this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care.